Hi, this is Robert with the Tarot Marketing Group. I'm here with Shannon Guzzo. We're going to ask some questions for our social media. We're in the middle of downtown Fair Oaks and in Fair Oaks Park. And we're going to go through a few questions and talk about our trip to the North Pole, all for the cause of the Alzheimer's Association. So the first question, Shannon, before we even get going from the social media, is how do you feel?
I'm still a little tired, but it's all worth it. Awfully glad I did it.
Yeah, fantastic. And why did you do it?
I did want to challenge myself with an extreme goal, and I wanted to combine that with the opportunity to walk to the North Pole for Alzheimer's.
Superb. All right, so our first question from the social media Facebook page, which is, you want to tell us what the Facebook page is?
Polar Inspiration.
Polar Inspiration. Right, first question is from Steve and Paris Brewster. Obvious question. Obviously, they love the Northern Lights. Did you see the Northern Lights?
I'm sorry to say I didn't. As soon as I arrived in the little inner Arctic town of Longyearbyen, Norway, I asked, what's the best way to see the Northern Lights? And I was informed immediately that it was the wrong time of year, it was the wrong time of weather, and there would probably be no opportunity whatsoever. That was disappointing, but that is the way it goes up there.
Excellent. And also from Stephen Paris Brewster, what was your most defining moment on your hike besides the arrival at the North Pole?
Well, the most defining moment that's coming to mind right now is to think about the two guides that I traveled with. Both of them internationally known and recognized for their extreme adventures, both their own achievements, and then guiding people all over the world. And when I saw the two of them skiing in front of me, I felt as though I was skiing with royalty. It's wonderful.
Excellent. All right. Life-altering challenges such as this usually change us. Do you feel you have changed?
Yes, I have. I have an even stronger feeling that I can do anything that I set my mind to. I can set any extreme goal, and I can accomplish it. And that's the message I want to share with other people, to encourage them to set their own extreme goal with the confidence that if I can do this, they can do whatever they want.
Superb. Fantastic. All right, what was your most valuable lesson in your experience as a whole on the hike itself?
The most valuable lesson that I learned, definitely perseverance and the fact that it can take a lot of training, a lot of preparation, a lot of planning, and it is worth it. It is absolutely worth it.
And what was the most valuable thing you learned about yourself?
That I am capable of things that I never dreamed of. I can even get on skis, and it's just worth really trying anything I want to try.
Superb. All right, now this is from our friend Shelley Berg. She has written us a few questions. What was something you didn't plan for, but you found a solution?
I brought some props to demonstrate that. So those of you who are familiar with cross-country skiing, you know that the approved use of the strap is to insert your hand up so that the strap ends up supporting the inside between your thumb and your forefinger. And I, am just learning this new to begin with. What I found is that for some reason it was creating a lot of pain in this joint. And so it just occurred to me, well, let's try something else. So the unapproved way, of course, is to put your hand down, but that did allow me then to cushion the heel of my hand at the bottom of the strap, which then created no more pain. So that was just a quick solution that I came up with.
Fantastic. Nice prop. How did you cook?
So cooking was done twice a day, as soon as we got up, and then when we got in the tent and got settled at night, on those very small Whisper Star, I believe they're called, little camp stoves with white fuel. The guides would get that set up as quickly as possible. So in the morning, it was usually oatmeal. It was whatever kind of hot beverage you wanted, coffee, tea, hot chocolate. And then the guides would prepare all kinds of interesting breakfasts, from dehydrated eggs, lots of bacon, lots of cheese, and then some kind of a bread product. At night, they used the dehydrated meals, and they would prepare more appetizers, bread products, bacon and cheese over and over again.
So you love bacon is what you're trying to say.
Bacon, no problem.
All right. Did you ever think that you might not make it?
I ended up having a lot of trouble with my lower back. It seemed as though I'd pulled out all the muscles across my lower back, and it created a lot of discomfort when I would do anything at more than a 5-degree bent over angle. So, there were occasions I thought, I just don't know if I can keep this up. How many more days can I keep this up? Because, the pain's just driving me nuts. And it was really slowing me down, too.
Did you think you could make it?
I was sure that I could make it, but I knew it wasn't going to be easy.
It was going to take you a little bit more time.
Absolutely.
All right, this is from Patrick Rose, and I think it's rather sarcastic. How was the weather?
Well, in some respects, we had good weather, and by that I mean it was not as cold as it could have been. We didn't get into the minus 30s or 40s until the last couple of days. So we were actually close to 0 Fahrenheit one day, and that's considered warm to be skiing in, and then you have to adjust your clothing because of that. We did have very, very high winds most of the time. We had poor visibility because of a lot of ground fog, and then we have what's known as flat light. And flat light means that you cannot distinguish changes in terrain. So a pattern, something you would see in the snow, would look like there's going to be some ice rubble coming up that you have to find your way over. And you get to that point and there'd be nothing. A couple of times the guides actually skied into walls of ice because they couldn't tell the difference.
Wow, that's a great story. This is from Edwina Ward, and I'm sure I'm saying it wrong.
No, you aren't.
Edwina Ward. Big question, obviously, regarding Minnie's House of Pain. Did the tire pull truly prepare you for the real sled?
Yes, the tire pull was definitely the right training, because even though the sled moves glides very easily on ice, there were many times when we were skiing over ice rubble where you had to be able to pull that weight. And many times the rope was stretched taut, and you'd have to lean in and guide it over, and you never wanted to jerk it over the ice rubble because then it could come sailing after you and hit you in the legs. So the tire pull definitely gave me the strength to be able to lean into the harness and get that sled. It also meant that I never really felt the weight of the sled as we were just gliding along. So tire pulling, definitely, way to go.
Fantastic. And did anyone in your party, and I know this is kind of difficult because you were with 2 guides, did anybody in your party or in the parties that were around you say, or did you hear them say, I'm not going to make it?
No. I never heard that message from anybody, from the other expeditioners or from any of the guides. I want to give the guides a lot of credit because I immediately saw what their commitment was, that no matter what happens, we are getting to the pole. So just a short story. On the first day and the second day, as we were skiing, we saw a helicopter. We saw the Russian helicopter out in the distance, probably ferrying another party back or forth from the pole. And I was in enough discomfort already that I said to the guys, I said, that chopper lands, I'm on it. And the second time, Annie came over to me and she gave me a big hug and she says, no, we're going to the pole. We're going to get you to the pole. So I felt their commitment to make the trip successful.
Fantastic. And this question's actually for me. Did you ever once doubt that you could do this?
Before the trip or during the trip?
Both.
It's easy to sit here in Fair Oaks or to sit in the comfort of our surroundings and say it's going to be cold and the wind's going to be terrible and I don't know how to ski, and it's easy to say those things. You really have to be there and experience it to realize what you're really saying. So going into the expedition, I believed that I could do it. I believed that all the training since late 2013, all the preparation, the shakedown in Minnesota in February, all the equipment, all of that, I knew had prepared me as well as it possibly could. Once I was on the journey, there were times where I really wondered how much more of my back I could put up with. But other than that, no, I could do it.
Great. Yeah, and okay, so I want to take this opportunity because I know that you have a lot of people to thank.
Yes.
So what I'd like to do is I'd like to give you the opportunity to thank them through the video. Something that we're going to share on our social media with our roosters. So feel free.
All right. So there are many, many people who have expressed their support and their admiration and have told me that I've inspired them. And there are a lot of friends. They're new friends, people I hadn't met before until Robert got us going on Facebook and on the website. So many, many friends. In particular, I met Paris Brewster through social media, and she's the one who created all those beautiful images and the wonderful messages go with them. So Paris, that was wonderful for me and for everybody who's been following me on Facebook. Many contributors. I appreciate every contribution that all of my friends have made to me to help me with the expedition costs, and also direct contributions to the Alzheimer's Association. I had a team of professionals, including Robert with Tarot Marketing, Gary Yates with Clarity Technologies, my personal coach, Vince Minnie and all the coaches at Minnie's House of Pain, Dr. Brian Jenkins, my chiropractor, who really was the impetus to all this, connecting me with the coaches, getting me trained up, and taking care of all my quirky back needs and that sort of thing. So I've had a great professional team supporting me, a lot of friends encouraging me, and those messages I remembered. You know, when the going would get a little tough, I definitely remembered all the support that I've gotten. Thank you all.
Right, and I've got one phrase to say to you, and I just want to know what your thoughts are on it. Guzzomania. What do you think about that? That became pretty viral there for a while.
And that's fine. It's great. It's catchy, obviously.
Very.
I have worked primarily in industries over the years which have been somewhat male-dominated, and teasing, I think I'm often referred to as Guzzo instead of Shannon, and so it seemed natural. Okay, it was a good choice.
So this is Robert and Shannon from downtown Fair Oaks. Signing off. She's back. She's with us. Guzzomania coming right to you.
Thank you, Robert.